Well, Brian Fuller, the showrunner for Star Trek Discovery, did say he would spoiler it up at the Television Critics Association summer press tour, and he sure did not disappoint. Welcome to The Final Frontier. This is everything we know about Star Trek Discovery rebooted. Who's the main character? We don't know yet. Casting is underway, but we do know she is a human woman. So another female captain? Actually, no. The lead character is not the captain, but a lieutenant commander with caveats. She will therefore have a different dynamic and relationship to the crew than the captains of other Trek shows. Fuller said that the heart of the show will be her journey through the universe and the people that she meets. She's on a mission to discover herself and better understand the universe that she's a part of. What about the rest of the crew? Well, there will be more aliens than most Star Trek series have had, which will include new aliens and also reimaginings of existing aliens. And a tweet from Fuller suggests perhaps an Andorian or an Endar, although the orange skin hair is confusing. Perhaps he's stuck in a funky filter or something. We also have a name for one of the original aliens, Seru. As well as aliens, we know there will be robots, but know nothing about what these robots are about. This isn't confirmed, but The Hollywood Reporter has said that sources are saying that the rest of the cast will feature an openly gay character, which Fuller has confirmed, as one of the male leads, a female admiral, a male advisor, and a British male doctor. Oh, and the captain is apparently going to be a Klingon. Wait, what? Remember, this isn't confirmed, but this is ultra confusing based on the timeline that DSC is set in. When does the show take place? It's set in the Prime Universe about 10 years before Kirk's 5-year mission in the original series. So how does a Klingon captain make sense? Worf was the first Klingon Starfleet officer, so if there is a Klingon captain, then it must be a crew that includes non-Starfleet officers. With a Klingon defector maybe, who's been given their own starship, does not quite compute. So maybe this information is false. What we do know is that we can expect characters referred to in the original series to make appearances, maybe even younger versions of the Enterprise crew, although don't expect that in the first season. It was suggested that Spock's mother, Amanda Grayson, would make an eventual appearance in the series, but would not be a central character. And talking of the original series, what's the main plot of the show? Fuller said the main story driving the 13-episode first season would be about an incident, an event in the history of Starfleet that had been talked about in the original series, but never fully explored. So here are some of the theories. The Earth-Romulan War? Something maybe related to the Kobayashi Maru? The Battle of Axanar? Well, cross them all off your bingo list because it's not any of them. It's also unlikely to be related to Section 31, although Fuller said it's not impossible that Section 31 might come into play at some point. Another event mentioned that also occurred during the selected time frame is the signing of the Treaty of Armans as a means to end a brief conflict between the Sheliak Corporate and the United Federation of Planets. But seeing as this wasn't mentioned in the original series, but in the Next Generation, so that can't really be what Fuller was referring to. So what does that leave? Although the Battle of Axanar will not feature, it does still leave the 4 years war with the Klingons. Fuller also retweeted the following from Screen Junkies, which mentions the Klingon Wars. That all makes sense unless you factor in the rumour of a Klingon captain. What about the other main star, the USS Discovery? We know DSC stars the USS Discovery NCC-1031, and it was confirmed again that the ship is a work in progress, and what we saw in the release trailer was not a final design. In fact, the ship has already changed and now has new look nacelles and will continue to evolve as the show gets closer to production. Oh, and we know the series' opening scene is not set on Earth and not on a planet, so perhaps that asteroid we saw in the Comic-Con trailer will make an appearance very early on. What about the style of the series? We're basically talking TOS era, so expect aesthetics to be modern take on TOS. Fuller has also said that they have been studying old 70s James Bond inspired cars and 70s art when coming up with the show's aesthetic. So I'm guessing that also means we can see the return of mini skirts and flares for the uniforms. Should be fascinating. It was also noted that because the series would not be subject to typical broadcast rules and regulations, it could get away with things otherwise not possible. There will be probably slightly more graphic content. That's something I'm not too sure about, as Trek was always something I felt comfortable watching with my family of all ages. When will DSC air? The series will launch with a 2-hour episode on the CBS network in January 2017 and continue on CBS All Access for US viewers. Unfortunately, there will still be ads, about 12 minutes per hour, although this is apparently the lightest ad load you can get, and CBS are toying with the idea of a commercial-free option. From a person in the UK, what on earth are CBS thinking about when you have ads for a paid subscription service? Isn't that the whole point of having a subscription, so that you avoid ads? How weird. Anyway, especially as CBS have said that the DSC is already profitable, having sold the worldwide rights. And talking of the rest of the world, we can watch the show on Netflix, although I believe Canadian viewers will see it on the Space Channel. Anything else? The first season will consist of 13 episodes, with the show as a whole serialized, with each episode being a chapter of the novel. Fuller added, and within that chapter there's a beginning, middle, and end. We will have episodes that exist by themselves, but are part of a much bigger story. One of the things I would love to see, and I've mentioned it previously, is a series spanning multiple timelines. We see the first season pre-TOS, and then subsequent seasons jump forwards in time to TNG, and then perhaps the post-Dominion War era, all the while with a thread that links the seasons together, kind of what we like what we saw in the series finale of The Next Generation in the episode All Good Things. Ignoring the costs involved with new sets every season, Fuller did say about DSC that you can also bend space and time. But in what context, I don't know. But I will also leave you with these tweets. So for more behind the scenes details on the people behind the show, please go and see my earlier video. We can expect more information in October, so please stay tuned. Thank you for watching once again. I really hope you like these videos. Please like, subscribe, and even please click on some ads if you don't mind. They take a while to do, but I'm absolutely loving doing them. Now you know more about Star Trek Discovery. How do you feel? Excited yet? Live long and prosper.